Hey everybody, Judy Seeger here with your first module, Ozone Therapy 101. This is part one where we talk about getting started. Like, how do you get started? Why should you get started? What is ozone therapy all about? We're going to cover a whole bunch of cool stuff. And I just want to welcome you. I really appreciate your time being on here. I know that you're looking for things to help in your healing journey. I know that you're looking to get results that actually work. And I believe this is one of the strongest therapies out there on planet Earth. And I want to share with you everything I know about it in the last 7 years that I've been covering this. You know, being a naturopath for over 30 years, I've seen a lot of different therapies out there, but this is the one I still use, the one I still believe in, and I want you guys to know all about it. So I really appreciate your time being in this masterclass. So let's get to it. So first of all, what is ozone therapy, right? There's so much information on the internet about ozone and the bad things about it, and people don't even know that it's a therapy. And I just want to clear the air for you guys and get the information to you that is really based on fact. So first of all, ozone therapy increases the amount of oxygen in the body through the power of the extra molecule that creates ozone. This is then used through a machine that produces ozone with an oxygen tank. That's a pretty simplified version, right? But all you need to know is this part, that it increases the amount of oxygen in your body, okay? And then we're going to talk about what is that cool benefit? Why is that important? Because ozone takes only 10 seconds to kill 99% of bad bacteria, viruses, fungi, yeast, mold. That's more than 3,500 times faster than chlorine. So everybody uses chlorine in their water and for disinfection, right? But ozone has a record of 10 seconds to kill 99%. Wow, that's pretty fast, right? And it's been shown to kill cancer cells on contact. That's another wow, right? So here's the deal. Ozone production is in the stratosphere. And let me explain to you what it is exactly. So here's a little science for you, that the high energy of the ultraviolet radiation that comes from the sun actually takes those oxygen molecules, which there's two, right? That splits it, right? It splits it. And then that split causes two free oxygen atoms. So now they're roaming around, acting crazy. It's like, wow, where are we going to go? Where are we going to go? Because they want to attach to something. And so what they do is they look for each other. And when they find other oxygen molecules, they collide and attach themselves, and they form ozone molecules, right? That's what makes it super strong. So ozone is 3 oxygen molecules together, which makes them super, super strong, which is why they could go after bad things in our body and kill things, right? It's very cool. In nature, Mother Nature and ozone, this is where ozone gets a bad rap. We're going to be talking about that a little bit, that here is planet Earth. Here is our troposphere, which is what surrounds our planet. And then there's the ozone layer, and then there's a stratosphere. Now, if the ozone layer was bad, why is it there? Why does Mother Nature have it and use it and keeps it there, right? And so we hear all kinds of bad things about it, but it really is part of the layer of protection on planet Earth. Pretty cool. So what does ozone therapy do in your body? Well, first of all, I'm going to repeat this till you really get it. Ozone therapy kills every type of deadly pathogen in your body on contact. Okay, so whether it's bacteria, mold, fungus, mildew, any kind of thing that is on your body, in your body, around in your environment, it kills it, all right? Which then strengthens your red blood cell membrane. Now, it's very important to keep the membrane of the red blood cells strong, because that's what repels the pathogens, right? So the more we could keep the red blood cells strong and happy, the better our body is going to be able to fight diseases, fight pathogens that don't belong in our body, toxins, right? Plus, the ozone therapy stimulates the production of white blood cells, which fight infection. Anything we could do to strengthen our white blood cells is super cool, because that is what really helps us to get to our next level in healing, getting that immune system super strong. So supplements are okay, food is okay, but Man, if we could stimulate that even faster and better, that's what we really want. There's more results with ozone therapy. There's actually hundreds of things that ozone therapy is good for, but I picked the best ones out there. So first of all, it increases your natural interferon, it increases your antioxidant levels, it relaxes and loosens muscles by reducing lactic acid buildup. And that's very important for those of you with joint and muscle aches and pains. To reduce that inflammation, ozone can do that. It also increases blood circulation. It enhances your brain function, promotes softer skin. We all love to have softer skin, right? Normalizes cell respiration, speeds up metabolic processes of your organs and your glands, and inactivates carcinomas. Very big deal. Now remember, anything you could do to have strong immune cells equals no disease. That is your number one system in your body that goes and gets your body so strong that it goes after any disease going on. So we have to do everything and anything we can to build stronger immune cells, and ozone therapy is one of the most powerful ones on the planet. Now, let's clear up some confusion. There are differences between ozone therapy, for example, and oxygen therapy. Ozone therapy, like I say, goes in specifically to kill and destroy deadly pathogens on a cellular level. Okay, it's specifically going after things. It's aggressive that way. Whereas oxygen therapy, I used to have, for example, hyperbaric oxygen chambers in my clinic. And that is where the oxygen under pressure, you're breathing it in, and it under pressure goes into your cells so that it's absorbed into your tissues, which is very cool because you're getting that extra oxygen pumping up into your red blood cells. So that makes them stronger to get rid of the toxins. But ozone directly goes in, whereas the oxygen therapy goes in a roundabout way by getting the oxygen into your tissues, right? So it's a little bit different that way. And then ozone versus hydrogen peroxide therapy, ozone is more useful than hydrogen peroxide because it doesn't have the hydrogen component, which sometimes gets in the way actually. So for example, when doing IVs, hydrogen peroxide must be kept to an extremely low concentration, 0.0375%, to avoid burning the vein. All right, now that's 80 times weaker than common drugstore 3% hydrogen peroxide, right? So ozone can be used at quite high concentrations, even up to 70 units, but ozone is actually much safer because there's no chance of burning your veins, no chance of getting too much. Your body does so much better because it's going specifically after those pathogens. So big difference there, right? Now, what is ozone therapy used for? Number one really is water purification. If you've ever gone to get water, bottled water, or use the water machines to refill, you'll see on there that they actually use ozone. It's actually used in water municipalities, many water purification systems, companies use it because it gets rid of the toxins 3,500 times faster than chlorine, right? So it's a very powerful system that they use to purify water. Plus, of course, I'm going to say it again, it destroys your bad bacteria, viruses, fungus, yeast, any deadly pathogens. That's really what it's known for. Now, let's go through a brief history of ozone therapy. In 1840, ozone gas was first discovered, so it's been around a very long time. Christian Friedrich Schonbein was the guy who first discovered it. And then in 1856, it was used in surgery as a disinfectant. So here they discovered it. Now they want to figure out what it could be used for. And, you know, infections were a big deal back in the 1800s. So when they started using it in surgery, it was very cool that people were not getting infections, that people were recovering, and they didn't have to worry about that. And then in 1892, it was found to come against TB, tuberculosis. And again, because it's a bad bacteria, bad bacilli, and it went after it and destroyed it. So those who use ozone therapy for it got rid of it very quickly. 1896, a very famous scientist, inventor, Nikola Tesla, many of us know about his cars now. He was a very famous inventor, very unique, ingenious guy that discovered that, hey, this ozone therapy is very cool. Let's get in there and let's start using it. And so he was the one who started saying, well, TB's around and all these other things around. Let's see if ozone works. And it did. And then in the First World War, gangrenous wounds for German soldiers was successfully used. When they did the ozone therapy, they found that gangrene was not an issue. They actually found that they used it for the German soldiers. We're going to talk about that in the master class, about how to use it the same way these guys did, that it could get rid of gangrene all the way to diabetic issues, fungus, all kinds of different things. And so that was discovered in the First World War. In 1931, Dr. Otto Warburg, many people in the alternative medicine world quote him because he was very famous as a winner of the 1931 Nobel Prize in Physiology. He discovered the cause of cancer, that cancer grows in oxygen-deprived acidic tissue. Disease cannot live in an alkaline body. So that's his famous quote. And of course, again, anything we can do to get rid of the toxins and boost oxygen via ozone therapy will work. And so he was one of the ones who said that. And then in 1940, of course, then the agents out there, government agents, started coming after people using ozone. And they just started to try to make some studies and try to harass people using ozone because it was working. And so it came down to that there really are no legitimate studies proving ozone doesn't work. None. There's nothing out there. You could look up the articles and look to see if there's anything, and there's not. In Europe, for example, ozone has been used for 50 years by over 10,000 physicians. Over 6,000 articles on the medical usages of ozone are in the world literature. Okay, so this has been proven over and over and over, and Europe is way ahead of us in using ozone therapy. So how do you know it's working? Okay, if you decide to use ozone therapy, like how in the world do you really know it's working? First of all, you're going to have more energy. I just got off the phone with somebody who's been using ozone therapy for the last year, and she said the same thing as I have, that your energy definitely increases, especially in the beginning. As the pathogens are getting killed, your body doesn't have to work against them so hard, and you're starting to get more energy. And then there's that clean feeling. It's like, something's happened when these pathogens are being destroyed in your body. They're getting out, and so you start feeling cleaner inside. Very difficult to explain, but there's just a sense of cleanliness inside. Your appetite gets better, sleeping better, and the skin gets softer. That's a great benefit of working with ozone therapy. In a survey of German ozone therapists, catch this, over 5 million ozone treatments on 384,000 patients demonstrated a side effect rate of only 0.0007%, and the side effects were uniformly minor and not even remotely life-threatening. So if you're thinking, well, is there any side effects to this? Well, here we are. Over 5 million German ozone therapist treatments were done on over 300,000 patients, and it was 0.0007%. So it's just a very minute amount, and even that is questionable. On the other hand, in America, there's over 1 million patients who are hospitalized annually, each and every year, due to side effects of prescription medication, and over 100,000 individuals die. All right, so 1 million patients are hospitalized each year due to the side effects of prescription medication, and over 100,000 individuals die. Ozone therapy, we're not seeing that, right? Big difference. So up next, let's get into why you should use this powerfully effective therapy at home. We're going into a lot more details. See you on the next module.